Hey, let's get into the action here. Heartlexx versus Dylanbroo, starting with Texture, one of our favorite maps, right, Noel?
Dude.
What's Dylan doing?
One of my favorite maps.
Dude, I think Dylan hit... What did... Dylan started typing. What happened to Dylan there? He started typing. Heartlexx failed as well. There's a fucking shit show everywhere, from stream side, from production side, from fucking game side. Dylan, he pressed the button, and then instead of pressing suicide, I think he pressed talk, chat, and instead he missed the mover because of that. But it's not going to cost him here because Heartlexx failed to capitalize on that, and I'm not sure what Heartlexx is doing. I think he's been playing too much Tetris. Because here we go, Dylanbroo is going to be going into the flag room here and taking the first round, first game. Score's not even reset. There we go, we can reset it. Production is a shit show. Holy moly. Dylan takes the first round here in the semi-finals. I mean...
Dude, what happened?
With what?
I'm so confused what Dylan was doing.
I don't know. The thing is, I don't know where his suicide key is. Like... It shouldn't even be close to your talk key, right?
I feel like he did the move and it didn't move, like it was broken or something, but or random or something like that. Maybe I don't know. I don't know much about maps, so
I don't know what the fuck happened. But dude, can Ace load, please? Okay, got there, clutched it out in the end. Fucking hell. There we go. Dylan not typing or pressing the T button this time, or whatever his talk is, making it through cleanly. And I think this is going to be a very Dylanbroo favored map. I mean, we saw Heartlexx trying to ban this in this match against Dylan. He didn't win the coin flip, so instead they have to play this map. And yeah, I mean, this is going to be an interesting semi-final with the way that the bracket has been set up. This is like an old dog, experienced god tier player going up against someone who's not so experienced at the moment. And we are going to be seeing quite a few rounds like this, I think, chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if everything goes to plan, if the bracket works out how we expected it to, we're going to get a Dylan Zlabakitsa final. But we still have 2 matches, chat, to figure out who is going to be in the finals. But at the moment, it is 2-0 in favor of Dylan. He has managed to take the first 2 rounds there on Texture. We're going to be moving ahead to Azure Palace right now as the second map. Again, this is going to be very, very difficult for Heartlexx to win against someone like Dylan. You know, Dylan, unless his nerves hit him like thunder, like lightning, like something, then it is going to be a very, very uphill battle here for Heartlexx, right?
Dylan's nerves are no joke. Never discount them, I don't think. I think you just need to really take into account that you need to still apply pressure to Dylan. And I know Heartlexx's speed isn't there, but he needs to try and just put some pressure on at least.
Yeah, absolutely. He needs to... I think the biggest thing that Heartlexx can do in this match against Dylan is just not to die. I mean, Dylan is going to know or assume... I mean, he's probably going to know that he is ahead on all of these maps. So he's not going to worry too much about the speed aspect. But, you know, Heartlexx not dying is just going to allow Dylan to have that little bit of doubt in his mind. Just, you know, maybe he is fast. Maybe he's quicker than me. And maybe make Dylan force him into something, an issue. There we go. And there's Heartlexx taking the death. Unfortunately, Dylan already passed the lift jumps, though, which has been his crux so far today. Has been a lot of players' crux so far today. Dylan going slower than I've ever seen Dylan go before. But he is doing what is necessary. Huh?
He's playing super safe.
Dude, is he not even... He's not even taking the crush?
Live. He's practicing live, dude.
Jesus, he's practicing live. Dylan is practicing a little bit, but he is going to get the first cap in here on Azure Palace and take a 3-0 lead in the semi-finals. Holy.
This is just going to be a routine for Dylan at this point, I think.
It's an interesting dynamic going from one of the toughest games that you ever play. I mean, 2 of the toughest games that you ever play against Mela and Naru in round 1 and 2. And in the quarterfinals, to going into this match, which should be more of a cakewalk for him, to then potentially going up against, you know, fucking Zla in the finals.
Yeah, who's just beaten Bunny.
Yeah, Yeah, I think everyone in chat was expecting a Dylan Bunny grand finals. We are not going to be getting that tonight. We are going to be seeing someone else in place of Bunny, whether it is I Spies, whether it is La. But yeah, first we need to pay our attention to this match. See if Dylan can close it out. He is looking strong indeed, chat. And there's Heartlexx taking his death. And if Dylan wasn't taking it safe already, he is definitely going to be taking it safe now. Like I said, Heartlexx really can't be affording to take those types of deaths. You need to be putting the pressure on. Like, just go a little bit slower if you have to. You're not going to outpace Dylan, let's be honest. Not many people in the world can.
No. Do you think we're going to see some more practice from Dylan in that room?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. The thing is, what I'm worried for, if Dylan does progress through to the finals, and if he does do these slow runs, these kind of practice runs, then he is not going to be on top shape going into the finals, I think.
Yeah.
It's like a cooldown. It's like, you know, you go for your football match, and then you typically have your ice bath to kind of cool you down. This is like missing your ice bath. I don't know if that's a great analogy or not. Probably terrible. However, I mean, the point still stands. If you're going 100% of your limit of what you're capable of in BT, and then suddenly you slow down, and then next game you're expected to go 100% again against the Sla, then yeah, you know, it's a big tempo change. That's for sure.
I'm sure you've experienced that at some point, right?
Being what, changing tempos?
Yeah, changing tempos, playing a hard match, and then get an easy match afterwards, and then playing another hard one after that.
The thing is, I try not to change. I find if I change my playstyle too much, it just has the inverse effect of what I'm really expecting.
Yeah, so it's full rush every time.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe you just take things a little... Like, rushers would typically have 3-4 different runs that they can do on a map. The first one is your uber risk everything, cut every corner, you know, like greed dodges as much as you possibly can. Your second type of run is a little bit slower. Third is even slower than that. And you just adjust based on that. But if you try to break from those 4 types of runs that you know, and you try to go too slow, for example, then it's very easy to just do something that you're not familiar with and put yourself into a position that you're not used to being in, that you don't have the muscle memory for. So that's why if I'm Dylan right now, like, you know, in this map, I'm trying to go for 112s, 111s, these types of times, just to maintain that pace, make sure I've still got it in the bank. You know, we see Dylan missing a jump there, which, you know, if he does that against La, that's possibly a round loss there for him. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And honestly, Heartlexx not too far behind, all things considered. He is losing the pace advantage here versus Dylan, but so far Dylan hasn't made any critical mistakes in this war, and Heartlexx is banking on those in order to be able to capitalize. But Dylan is going to be taking the round win here with a 115-56, taking a 5-0 lead against Heartlexx in this semi-final.
I think we're going to see 9-0, right?
I mean,
there's nothing that Heartlexx can do. There's just nothing. There's no pressure from the guy.
Yeah, this all comes down to Heartlexx hasn't been playing BT in years. Dylan's been grinding. He's played in events. He's played ranked. He's played all of your events. He's played. You know, the guy's clocked a lot of hours in BunnyTrack recently.
For sure.
And I mean, I think Heartlexx in his prime, back in the good old days, you know, probably not giving super big, I guess, run for Dylan's money on this type of event, but I think he would be performing at a higher level. I know he's got a lot of speed in him. He's got a lot of consistency as well. So yeah, you know, this dude used to play in BunnyTrack 3v3 tournaments back in 2008, for example. Yeah. The bad news for him is Dylan used to do the same. Dylan's been playing since 2008 and probably hasn't stopped since 2008, while Heartlexx has taken a considerable leave from BunnyTrack in the past few years. There we go. Dylan making his way through Castrum here flawlessly. And it's really interesting to see this dynamic where he's playing against someone he knows he has an edge against, that he seems to make a lot less mistakes. I don't know. He seems to be just chilling right now. You know, we don't see this type of Dylan in a regular match, and potentially it's because he's just turned it down a couple of degrees. But still, you know, this is the type of consistency he will need to have, but he will need to be going probably 2-3 seconds a run quicker.
crazy how it changes just based on the opponent.
And here we go. Dylan is going to be capping, and a beautiful 1:10:35 there. A time that Heartlexx can probably only dream about, to be honest with you. Getting a 1:10, cruising through to a 6-0 lead in this match. Only 3 more round wins will be required for Dylan to make his way to the finals. And we're going to be heading over to 4-8, 3-8, 2-8-1. Haven't seen this map in a while, Noel. We played like 20 rounds in the last match. Didn't see this at all.
It was a bit of a gift, to be honest. Hearing you say the map name again was just it was just like somebody dropping a saucepan on the kitchen floor.
Indeed. Yeah. I mean, what do you? Maybe he got the instant karma. Maybe he got the instant karma. Maybe that's the reason he lost.
Probably.
All right, chat. Into the 4th and final map of the rotation. Dylan versus Heartlexx. Dylan with the 6-0 lead. Dylan would have to do throw of the century at this point to throw this game away. But yeah, I mean, at least it gives us a little bit of a chance to cool down after the last match, because if we get to a finals with Dylan versus Slar, we're going to need to fill up our Gatorade bottles, and yeah, I'm going to have to change shirt again, probably. Dylan approaching the pin pad here. Heartlexx just entering that room now. Dylan, no issues with the pin pad. Heartlexx, I assume, will also have no issues whatsoever. And this is one of those maps, I mean, Dylan could make a mistake in the sequence room, and that gives a lot of time back to Heartlexx if he were to make that mistake. Let's have a look how Dylan approaches this on his safe run here. Dodging up, and no worries whatsoever for Dylan. He's going to be making his way through to the flag room. Heartlexx making his way through the sequence room. Now curious what strategy he uses. Not the optimal one, as he fell off the fence there and is going to have to redo this room. Dylan's already pressing the buttons here in the flag room, and only 3 more buttons left for Dylan. One button left.
Player. He is a different player.
It's amazing how different Dylan is when he plays someone that
he can beat and not worry about.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like a 123-37, just nothing, just chilling.
Yeah, casual run.
We haven't seen many low 120s in this map. Only a couple of players in the world are capable of that time on this map, and Dylan's in that situation where he's just cruising, and he pulls this out. But then when he goes against someone who's slightly more difficult to play against, then all of that just seems to fall out the window. So it's
low 20s without the shot as well, right?
Yeah, without the shot.
Yeah, crazy.
Insane. All right, we're ready. 9 seconds left on the timer here. Dylan with the 7-0 lead. If he wins this one, he will be going back into texture with match point, with 9 match points. And Dylan with his first death there. Heartlexx, this is his opportunity. Don't call it a comeback.
Maybe this is going to be enough of a challenge to push Dylan to actually rush hard.
He is going to rush hard because I'm sure he wants to get the sweep. Heartlexx did make a mistake there, which means Dylan has inherited the lead once again in this round. And, I mean, I think Dylan's just going to rush this, to be fair. I think he's going to rush this quite a lot. I think he wants the sweep. And he doesn't know where Slar is. He probably thinks Slar's probably in the same place as him right now. That's what I would assume.
Slar's probably having a break, mate.
Slar, sorry, Heartlexx. Dude, it's been a long day. It's been a long day, what can I say?
Yeah, man. Totally agree.
Long 2 days. Yeah, one day I'll get the names right. But yeah, Dylan approaching the flag room. Heartlexx approaching the sequence room. Slar taking a break. Or training. We're not sure what he's up to.
I'd be training, right?
It's a tough call. It's a tough call. After that match, the last thing you probably want to see is UT, to be fair. But yeah, yeah. And here's Dylan approaching the flag room. Heartlexx not too far behind, but unless Dylan misses the flag drop here, which he will not because he is experienced, it is going to be 8-0 and match point for Dylan heading into texture, which potentially could be the final map we see in this semi-final match. And Ace is really hating me right now. Ace does not want anything to deal with my shit.
I was getting that earlier. Connection issues with Ace as well.
Ridiculous. But we're in. We're good to go. 2 seconds until play starts. Heartlexx is facing 8 match points here. 9 match points. Heartlexx will need to win the next 9 rounds back to back if he wants to win this war. It is like climbing fucking Mount Everest. Probably even climbing Mount Everest is easier than winning 9 against Dylan back to back.
For sure, man.
And Dylan wants to make sure this is over and done with as soon as possible. A nice and short map suiting his play style. Dylan heading to the flag room, and Dylan is gonna be heading into the grand finals of the 1v1 time attack event. Congratulations to Dylan, and yeah, commiserations to Heartlexx. What do you do? What do you do?